Welcome to the Growth Snack. We're here to explore fascinating ideas that, might just help you live a more intentional life.
And today we're tackling a really interesting one. It's a Japanese word, Ikigai.
Right, and we're using the book Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life, by Héctor García Francesc Miralles as our guide.
Yeah, it's a great book. It really digs into how finding your purpose, your Ikigai, can genuinely add years to your life and just more joy day to day.
So our goal for this growth snack is pretty straightforward. Unpack the main ideas from the book for you. We want you to get a real sense of what Ikigai means, how it links up with living longer and happier lives.
All based on what Garcia and Morales actually found and wrote about.
Exactly, and they did some serious groundwork for this.
Oh, totally. They actually went to Okinawa in Japan, to the small town Ogimi.
That's the village of longevity, right?
That's the one. Apparently, it has this incredibly high number of people living past 100, so they went there to learn the secrets, straight from the source.
Amazing. Okay, so let's get into it. What does the book tell us Ikigai is? It's not a simple translation, is it?
No, not really. The book explains it as roughly the happiness of always being busy. It's this Japanese idea about finding your reason for being. That thing that gets you fired up to get out of bed each morning.
And the authors really connect this idea to why people live so long in places like Ogimi.
They do. They mention Ogimi has, 24.55 centenarians per 100,000 people, which is way, way higher than the global average.
Wow.
And the book kind of contrasts Ikigai with, say, Western ideas like logotherapy, which is also about finding purpose.
Okay.
But Ikigai, according to the book, takes it a step further. It's not just finding the purpose, it's about living it, being actively busy with things that really matter to you.
Ah, okay, so it's active, not passive.
Right.
That makes sense. Which leads us neatly into some of the core pillars the book talks about for living this way.
Right.
And the first one is pretty countercultural for us in the West, this idea of staying active and, never really retiring.
Yeah, the book points out that in Japan, there isn't quite the same concept of just stopping work entirely, like we often think of retirement. The idea is that having your Ikigai, your purpose, keeps you engaged, keeps you contributing, often right until the end. You see these centenarians in Okinawa, they're still gardening or involved in the community.
It's busy.
Still busy, exactly.
That's a huge mental shift, isn't it? Purpose isn't just a pre-retirement thing, it's ongoing.
And closely linked to being active is this concept of flow. The book spends quite a bit of time on that.
Right, from Helios Csikszentmihalyi's work, that feeling of being completely absorbed in something.
Yes, where you just lose track of time because you're so into what you're doing. The book argues that finding activities that get you into that flow state regularly is, a really big part of living your Ikigai.
I think we all know that feeling. It's great when it happens. Does the book give tips on how to find it?
Yeah, it mentions a few conditions, like knowing what you're doing and how you're doing it, having clear goals, also having a challenge that sort of matches your skill level.
Not too easy, not too hard.
Exactly. And importantly, being free from distractions.
The distractions. Always tricky.
Tell me about it. The book suggests strategies like picking tasks just slightly outside your comfort zone. And this is crucial, according to the book, focusing on one single task.
Single tasking, not multitasking.
Definitely not. The book actually cites research showing multitasking kind of tanks your focus and productivity.
Okay, good reminder for all of us. Focus on one thing. The book uses examples too, right? To illustrate flow.
Oh yeah, really evocative ones,
Yeah.
like Japanese artisans, the takumi, who dedicate their lives to perfecting one craft.
Right.
Or they mention Steve Jobs being fascinated by Japanese craftsmanship, that deep immersion. You even see it in people like Jiro Ono, the sushi chef. His Ikigai and flow seem completely intertwined with making perfect sushi every single day.
Those examples really drive it home. Okay, so purpose, activity, flow. What's next?
Community, huge one. The power of social connection. The book talks about the Okinawan tradition of the Moai.
The Moai. What do the books say about those?
They're basically informal groups, people with shared interests who get together regularly. They provide emotional support, sometimes even financial help. It's like a built-in social safety net.
That sounds amazing.
And the book highlights how being part of a community, serving others, can absolutely become part of your Ikigai. In Ogimi, apparently, people really make an effort to nurture their friendships every day.
Feeling needed, feeling connected. It makes perfect sense. That adds purpose. Okay, beyond community, the book also covers the physical stuff. diet and movement.
Absolutely. The Okinawan diet gets a good look. Very varied, lots of plants, eating the rainbow, as they say.
Vegetables, potatoes, legumes.
Soy products, too. And then there's that famous Okinawan principle, Hara Hachi Bu.
Ah, the eat until you're 80% full rule.
That's the one. The book suggests this mindful approach means they just consume fewer calories overall, which likely contributes to their longevity.
Makes sense. Any specific foods or drinks mentioned?
They mention Okinawans drink a lot of jasmine tea, sampincha, and the book generally touches on the known benefits of green tea as well.
Okay. And movement. Is it intense gym sessions?
Not really, no. The book emphasizes consistent, gentle, daily movement. Things like radio taiso, that morning exercise routine in Japan, or yoga, tai chi, qigong.
So gentle, regular activity.
Exactly. The big enemy, according to the book, is sitting for long stretches. It apparently really slows down your metabolism. So the idea is consistency over intensity.
I like that phrase the book uses, getting in shape for your next birthday. It feels achievable.
It does, doesn't it? It shifts the focus to long-term well-being.
Okay, so we've covered activity, flow, community, diet, movement. The final piece seems to be about mindset, resilience, acceptance.
Yeah, attitude is key. The book points to research suggesting a positive outlook and emotional awareness linked to longer lives. It also introduces some lovely Japanese concepts.
Right.
Like wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection, in things being temporary, and ichigo ichi,
Which means?
sort of, treasuring each moment because it only happens once, living in the present, basically.
Appreciating the now.
Yeah.
And dealing with challenges.
Right. Facing difficulties without letting stress and worry just overwhelm you and age you prematurely. The book even brings in the concept of anti-fragility.
Getting stronger from setbacks.
Kind of, yeah. Building resilience, maybe by having backup plans or consciously letting go of things that aren't serving you good riddance goals, they call them.
Interesting.
And there's this great quote the authors share from a declaration in Ogimi. The older, the stronger. Enjoy each season happily.
That really captures it. Acceptance and finding joy, whatever the season.
Exactly.
Okay, so if we pull all these threads together, the purpose of Ikigai, staying active, finding flow, community, the healthy habits, the resilient mindset, what's the big picture the book paints?
Well, it's that Ikigai isn't just one thing you find. It's more like a lifestyle, a blend of all these elements working together.
A holistic approach.
Yes, precisely. It's having that reason to get up, being connected, looking after yourself physically, getting lost in things you enjoy, and facing life with a certain grace and acceptance.
And the book emphasizes that the happiness comes from the doing, right? Not just the end result.
Absolutely. It's about being engaged, being busy with things you love, connected to people you care about. That's where the joy is found, according to the book.
It's definitely a powerful framework to think about your own life through.
It really makes you pause, doesn't it? You start thinking, okay, what activities put me in that flow state?
Yeah, or how can I strengthen my own connections, my own moai?
Or even just what one small change could I make to my routine? A little more movement, maybe trying that 80% rule.
Small steps. Maybe a final thought for everyone listening, something from the book.
How about that haiku they mention? Here, now. Just those 2 words. How much meaning can you find just by being fully present in this moment?
That's a good one. Or that line, happiness is always determined by your heart.
Lots to reflect on. Hopefully this growth snack gives you some inspiration to explore your own Ikigai.